Also, real quick, before we get into the content, I wanted you to react to this real quick because I know you were a proponent of marriage. Okay,
I still am.
Look at that divorce glow up though. Look at my man.
You know what?
You know
he does look better. I'm not gonna lie.
You see the belt though.
It hasn't changed.
It's the same belt. He's filling out the pants a little bit more. It look like he's been working on a squat game. Okay. Okay. He's got precious metals and jewelry strewn across his wrist and his.
Yes. He got the chest hair popping. Okay.
Come on, look at him. Look at him. The fit form fitted. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Look at the difference. He's hurting here. Okay.
He doesn't look like he's hurting. He might have been fooled, might have been bamboozled.
Listen.
He thought he was cool.
Far too often I come across situations like this where it's like they couldn't wait to leave. Like what do you think about something like this when you see that this is a degree of the narrative from a marriage perspective? How does that make you feel?
Man, I mean, I still believe in marriage. I think that it can be a beautiful thing. But again, my whole mindset is you gotta really know yourself first before you bring anybody into that type of situation for real. Mm-hmm. and really get to understand the person that you're interacting with before you tie the knot, jump that broom and all that. That's I mean, I just think obviously there wasn't enough communication there. There was a lot of things going on because look, I mean, he did glow up for real.
Facts.
I mean, so there was obviously something there. I mean, he looks even skinnier there. Like
he been working out. Okay, so but look at him on the left. He looks like a sad, pathetic man, right? Like, and I say that from a loving perspective. But he looks like a typical married, you know, is gonna die in his man cave. You know what I'm saying? He looks like he loves yard work because it gets him outside of the house. Like that's what he looks like on the left. But on the right, he's Tinder appropriate. You know,
that looks like a Tinder picture for real.
If you try to holler at you, the one on the left, I already know you would say no. But the but the one on the right,
my God.
If the one on the right come up to you,
no, I still say he looks like he is trying to take somebody down. I'm good.
You think he's just going for the guts? He's just going for the viscosity.
What y'all say about that, Lord?
He's free from the Matrix. Look at him. Absolutely, he looks happy. All right, let's get into the reaction real quick. Let's make sure we pay this some respect. So again, you're somewhat familiar with him. You understand that he's a polygamist. Mm-hmm. All right, so they're about to ask a question regarding polygamy. Okay. So let's get in there. Okay. All right. Without further ado, she has not seen this, by the way.
No.
She has not seen this.
One woman says she's interested in polygamy. How could she find a man, and what are some things that she should look for in a man if she wants to be in a polygamous relationship?
I'm gonna tell you these three things first. I'm not gonna tell you to get these kind of guys, but these are the best guys that planet Earth has to offer. And I'm not saying you should deal with them. There's the teacher, there's the preacher, and there's the gangster. Those are the ones that women are always going to go for. Oh. Then the rest of the guys, they get their women and it always goes to hell. Your best relationships is going to come out with those guys. Of course, the life path is going to determine what kind of stress you might have to endure. Reason being, and I'm just keeping it 1,000 with you. Okay, women give men the necessary adversity to become more disciplined.
Oh, hold up, pause. Let me pause it right there. Okay. He said the teacher, the preacher, and the gangster.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now what he said, now the introduction to the question, okay, was polygamy. What should she be looking for? He kind of, I didn't see an answer to that right yet, but what he started to get into the archetype of dudes that women typically love. And he said anything outside of the archetype, it typically goes to shit. And he's about to explain why.
Okay.
All right, you ready to get back in?
Yeah, let's do this.
Okay. And what he also said, I want to touch on this as well, is he said, I'm a paraphrase, but he said something like, you know, it helps a man understand like his place in life. Okay. Or right, like, yeah, he said something like that. So I wanted to hone in on that real quick. Actually, let's back it up to there and then let's keep going. Okay.
Women give men the necessary adversity to become more disciplined.
Ooh.
And so if the man relinquishes his discipline for the woman, then there's a weak brother. And so the goal is for him to be commissioned by his woman to be greater without her having to do it. Just her being a woman is enough. And in him maintaining his discipline, and I'm explaining what this means, in him maintaining his discipline, he then makes her better. And then vice versa, they keep making each other greater and better because accountability, of course, is on the man because he has the most to win.
All right, I heard you say something real quick.
What'd I say?
You said you love it.
Yeah, I mean, the whole accountability part, you know, making sure that, you know, what you're doing, what they're doing, you know, it lines up, you know, and that discipline is there. So.
Okay.
Go in. What I know you about to ask.
No. I was just gonna say no. I agree with you, and I think like what he was saying speaks to a lot of dudes, right? And it speaks to one of the themes on the channel is being able to understand what your why in life is and focus in on that. And the thing is here's what I think. I think like, you know, as a man who sits well within his life and his purpose, what have you, I think that like that is one of the ultimate turn-ons for a woman.
It is.
And a woman will always try to vie for your attention. And it's like, you know, you got to fish, right? Like from a dude's perspective, you can't give it all your attention. You can't give her all your attention ever. Okay. Because at the point that you make her priority number one is generally when she respects you less. Now, I want you to internalize what I just said, and I want to pressure test it based off of your own unique experiences. Because this is what I hear sometimes is that, you know, all I want this is my lady voice. All I want is him to just work, you know, I'm a woman. So, you know, because I'm a woman, just like, you know, just worship, you know, just pay this, that,
worship,
right? Like, or not even just worship, but just like, you know, just put me up on a pedestal. You know what I mean? Ooh. Like, I just want you to just, you know, my emotions need to be tended to.
That even gets old. Nobody wants that because then you're just, it's not attractive anymore. And then those guys end up getting, I hate to say this, either cheated on, left, or shitted on. Because I just think, again, it's all about balance, and once there's an equal playing field and both you guys are doing the internal work to be the best person that you can be individually before you get into that relationship and you're on the same page and communicating, it sounds so simple, but it's very hard for a lot of us because there's so much past trauma that we're dealing with and we don't really want to face. It's almost like you have to find that mirror, that person that kind of mirrors a lot of who you are. So I don't know, just some thoughts there, but I do like the accountability part.
Okay.
That's huge. That's huge.
Yeah. I think that, a woman expects a man to lead. And that comes from, much more what I've seen, much more of a biological need.
Right.
And, but I think that men who relinquish that leadership position to prioritize a woman is at the very junction is the beginning of when he loses respect from that woman.
He's right.
I feel like we got to replay just a little bit.
Yeah, we do, because
I don't know what the fuck part we was at.
Minutes later.
All right, there we go.
And I'm just keeping it 1,000 with you. Okay, women give men the necessary adversity to become more disciplined. And so if the man relinquishes his discipline for the woman, then there's a weak brother.
Facts!
And so the goal is for him to be commissioned by his woman to be greater without her having to do it. Just her being a woman is enough. And in him maintaining his discipline, and I'm explaining what this means, in him maintaining his discipline, he then makes her better. And then vice versa, they keep making each other greater and better because accountability, of course, is on the man because he has the most to win. Now, what does all of this mean? The preacher, he's for God. God is first. So he don't want to be in trouble with God. So even when he get with a woman, the understanding is that, yo, God come first, not you, it's my God, right? And so you got to get with that. So now what's going to happen is she's going to fight with you for position of God, whether she realizes it or not. Because a man in his mind who's like, I'm doing all this in the name of God, there's going to be contradiction with that when your wife needs her time. It's a fact. It's not that she's the devil. It's the fact that he's a man of God and she's going to challenge him to deviate from that discipline. Does he keep the discipline? Does he make concessions to his wife? Which is nothing wrong with making concessions like, okay, boo, today, we're going to do that. But overall, if he gives up his discipline, she has no more reason to respect him. Now, we're going to go.
I'm going to pause it right there.
That's the realest thing ever. That's the same thing I told you about, working on yourself. You really have to focus on yourself and you will get more done. Things that you're passionate about, things that you want in life, if you focus on that, it will come. And then the other stuff will come along as well.
Yeah.
Partners, life partners, things of that nature.
Facts. A lot of dudes go real pill, but still just to get women, only because women like men on their purpose, different philosophy, same end. Oh, same man go. Facts. Yeah. Outside of women, I still be doing all the same. I still be working 14 hours a day because it drives me. It drives me. It gives me purpose.
And you still have that balance of resting and resetting.
No, I don't have that. I'm trying to work on that balance.
I think that's the one thing, to be even better at working on that and being able to produce at a higher level is to be able to have a day or two where you just a day, a week, something. I was just talking about this.
I took it this Wednesday.
Good.
Yeah,
Good
I took a day off in the middle of the week.
Good.
Yeah, I took a mental health day because it was fucking me up. Like everything that's going on in the media, like
make sure y'all do that.
Yeah.
Take a day.
You can, take a day. Get your mind back in order. Go treat yourself.
Treat yourself. If you're playing video games, if you're just sleeping.
Consume entertainment on those days.
Yes.
Do something
That's a treat.
outside.
That's a treat. It makes you have something to look forward to. Like, you know what? I'm about to have this day where I'm chilling. Yeah. And then it just gets you right for the rest of the time to be productive with your true path.
Facts.
So yeah. Just wanted to add that in there because I know you're talking about producing, focus on that, but pause and reset.
Tiff, I'm gonna stop talking as much.
I mean, you have been going in, but I'm liking what you're putting out there though, because you're giving them more than what the content we're in here, but you're giving them more. So
we got to get back to that. I want to hear your reaction to the shit that's going down in there. I'm gonna relax on it. Shout out to Alwan Doms. Don't make Adam's mistake. Lead your lady, guys. What's Adam's mistake?
Talk about Adam and Eve or something?
Oh, Adam and Eve. Let's go.
Okay.
Go to the gangster. Gangster gonna tell you what? MOB, money over bitches. Yo, I got these other bitches over here, ma, but I fuck with you. You my whiz, you my wife. Don't never mind them bitches over there. That's the gangster. He gonna tell you the truth too. He gonna say, look, don't get in the way of me and my bitches, and don't get in the way of me and my money, because the money come first. This is his mentality. This is gangster I fucking know, right? And she accepts that, but she gonna still tug at him. Yo, I know your money come first and all. You spend time with me though. Oh, boo, let's have some sex. Oh, yo, take me out to the movies. Is he wrong for making concessions to that woman? No, that's his wife. He should sometimes. But the understanding is what makes him different from everyone else. All the niggas gonna fuck at her will. All the preachers that's weak and all the rest of the brothers in the congregation, they gonna fuck at her will. But the difference between the preacher and the difference between the gangster is how they prioritize. And so she's challenged. Like, yo, what the fuck? Everybody else want to beat it. Everybody else want to take you to the movies. Like, these niggas so into their world that they don't relinquish that whole. He ain't never going to separate from his God. And then you got the conscious brother. He doing the knowledge so much. He always thinking about building and talking about the universe and everything. And that's it. Yo, man, we can't get into that. We need to pray. We need to meditate. Let's like these incense. Let's like these. So this is polite. And you want to just have sex. I want to have a ritual. ritual, nigga. What, we cutting chicken? What the fuck is you talking about? You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, the conscious man, the preacher, the gangster, or the teacher, the preacher, and the gangster, they win favor and get the most women on planet Earth because their discipline says no matter how beautiful you are, no matter what everybody else deals with you, when you come to me, I'm an authentic man. I'm unique and different from everybody else because the shit that niggas go for and the shit that they willing to do to get your attention, God got my attention. The universe got my attention. Mother Nature got my attention. This money got my attention. And so it's a perfect match because when he makes a concession to that woman, she knows this nigga's so into what he into. He must really love me because he's really about that life. So when
man,
Talk to me. How you feel about that?
I mean, I think what he's saying is true. I mean, you know, I think it's very, very attractive for a man to be driven and goal oriented, but also still makes time to interact with you and to get to know you. And it says a lot.
So you think it attracts you to make it a fight for his time?
The way you say it just sounds ugh, but it's true. It does. I mean, it does. I mean, to me, if there's the access is so easy, it's not as fun. There's the thrill is gone. You know, that whole instant gratification thing, it just goes, that gets old after a while. It's knowing that, like, man, I know he's got this going on, he's got that going on, but man, he just checked on me. He just came, you know, we spending time, we're making plans. Like, it makes it worth so much more. And it's knowing that you're going to be with somebody that is secure in his own self. He doesn't necessarily need me. And I think it pushes the woman. I mean, if she got that sauce, to be like, you know what, I'm gonna step it up too. I'm gonna do my thing over here while he's doing his thing, and then we make time for each other. Boom. I don't know. That's just my thing. I do agree with what he's saying. And I didn't know that there was the gangster, the preacher, and the teacher that was, but he does make a good point there. Those three individuals, or those type of men, are ones that, like you said, are about their business, they're goal oriented in whatever field that they're in. And it does make the woman have to say, I'm over here. Hey, look at me. Which I think a woman will be there as long as the effort is there to make time for her. I mean, to be totally 100. If a man is always giving his time and always putting it into that woman, she's gonna leave somewhere and go with somebody that makes her feel like she's not one of many, but his focus is on other things. So I don't know. That's kind of where I'm at with it.
What I hear is that there is a validation that a man, irrespective of teacher, preacher, or whatever the other one was, there's a validation that you find it more attractive if he is focused in on his purpose, and you find it more attractive if you are vying for his attention, as opposed to him making his attention ever lovingly clear, right? And ever lovingly available for you. Let's get back down into the goddamn.
Okay.
And he give me that, which I'm asking for, you respect it more. Because, you know, you're not just a savage because you got big titties and a fat ass. So
now, hold up. Let's talk about that real quick, because she got her entire mammary glands down into the chat. How do you feel about that? Well, how do you feel when you see a lady doing that?
I just think that is a lot. You doing a lot right there. Like, you know, he can see, everybody can see all that. You're doing too much.
She is stretching out that, what is it? What type of top is that called?
A halter. It's like all the way right above the nipples.
She's stretching. She's stretching that shit out. Okay.
I don't know.
How do you feel about ladies that do that?
Honestly, I think it's you're compensating for something. I don't need to show a lot. I don't.
You just bring tiff. You just bring the mind.
Yes. See, those are the type, and I'm not trying to put her on blast, but like honestly, when you got to do all that extra stuff to show your body, I mean, they're just wanting attention for other reasons, and usually it's the wrong reasons. So guys, don't get caught up in their foolishness, and pay attention. Not down there, up here.
She's showing off the memories. And he called it out. Wait, hold on. Let's take another look at her face as he calls it out.
She took a step back. Like,
she took a.
You respect it more because you know you're not just a savage because you got big titties and a fat ass. So
wait a minute. You saw right. wait. Right. Well, we're gonna play that one more game.
Oh my God.
We're gonna play that one more game.
You are living this.
Look at her. Right, look at her smiling right before that. Get out of here.
Which I'm asking for. You respect it more because you know
smiling.
You're not just a savage because you got big titties and a fat ass.
Smile done. Smile done.
She's trying to take him off his mouth. No, but because she is the woman, she's great. She's God. You're gonna. That's going to tempt the greatest man. Now, where the man falls is if he was disciplined until he met her. That's not his fault. If he was disciplined until he met her, and now he ain't no longer disciplined, now he ain't hitting the block no more, now he praying less, now he in the church less, now he got to have more sex than he have his connection with God. Now he ain't into the incense and the oils. Let's just fuck. I got to go store, but the wax ran out. Let's just have sex. You see, when that shit changes and you throw it out the window, the very thing that attracted the woman to the man dissipates. And then you wonder what the hell happened. Shit changed. That's what we say, shit changed. But the thing is, those guys will always get it. So we're going to go back to that woman's question.
Yeah.
What kind of man to look for? Look for a man of discipline. I ain't tell you go get the gangster. I'm just going to tell you the gangster going to be more honest than most men. I ain't tell you get a preacher. I don't rock out with those religions or imam or whoever. But I'm going to say traditionally, they would be more disciplined and more honest if they really about that life. So normally the leaders of those worlds are the ones that normally get the women the easiest because they're respected because of their discipline. Because with them, you're not expecting dishonor. Now, if you meet me and I'm over here, I got my wives and my children, but you meet me and I'm over here sneaking you in different hotel rooms and everything like that, then Brother Pride lost his demeanor. And I've now reduced myself to all the niggas you already know. You know how to master me now.
Oh.